arches that you're familiar with from our other SUVs, in particular the iX. This particular car is equipped with 21-inch wheels. 20 are standard, 22 are optional as well. So 20, 21, and 22. Moving along the side, we do have recessed door handles that are activated just with a touch, but they also, of course, deploy when the car is unlocked as you approach it. For example, with electronic micro switches that open doors. Moving towards the back, you'll find the charge port here. NACS charge port is standard, which gives you full access to the supercharger network for charging. But it also comes with CCS adapters, so the full gamut of charging options is available to you, irrespective of what's available. And then at the back of the car, what's kind of neat is you'll see that the spoiler has a little recess in the middle of it. The front lid also has a little bit of a recess in the middle of it, which echoes the recess at the front. Both ends are highlighted by the new round bell, which has a new matte finish and a bit less chrome in the middle of it, in the center ring there. And then if you walk around to the back of the car, you'll also see that this one is equipped with a trailer hitch. That is a factory option, and you will be able to tow with the i3 50X up to 4,400 pounds with the factory installed hitch. So, those design elements are what are going to carry over into the next generation of BMWs going forward. So, while we're still talking about the outside, let's talk a little bit about the nuts and bolts. Because everything that powers this car and everything that controls this car from a dynamic standpoint is entirely new. So, this introduces what we call our Gen 6 e-drive technology. That means next generation. Every other, the i7 over there, it's Gen 5, it's excellent. This is Gen 6, next generation. What does that mean? It has a motor at the rear, which is an electrically excited synchronous motor. It has a motor at the front, which is asynchronous. That's a new take on e-drive technology for us. We're actually using two different kinds of electric motors within one vehicle. We've always promoted the fact that we are technologically agnostic. Whatever the best solution for any application happens to be, that's what we're going to do. Neither of those motors uses permanent magnets, and therefore neither of those motors has any electronics in them whatsoever. So, powering those motors is our new 6th generation battery pack, which again is entirely new. The cells, of course, are manufactured outside. We build the battery pack, just like the motors, in-house. We do it all ourselves. The battery pack is 112.2 kilowatt hours, pretty good size, and has cylindrical cells, whereas formerly we were using prismatic cells. What that means is these cylindrical cells are what we call cell-to-pack, which means they are installed directly in the battery pack. They are not broken up into modules. What that means is they are lighter. It means they are more compact, and they are 20% more energy dense than the cells were in that pack. And then the battery pack itself is packed to vehicle. So the battery pack, the HV battery pack, is actually a structural component of the vehicle chassis, which adds rigidity, and again is much better for packaging and space. It doesn't take up as much space in the interior. So we are anticipating it is an 800 volt architecture, which means it can charge up to 400 kilowatts at a charging station that can provide you that kind of juice. That means you can charge from 10 to 80% battery capacity in about 21 minutes. And it means that you can add about 175 miles of range in about 10 minutes. That'll get you home. Combined, the two motors produce 463 horsepower, 476 pound-feet of torque, and should enable a 0 to 60 time in about 4.5 seconds, maybe a couple ticks over that. And it will also, we are anticipating about a 400-mile range when the EPA tests the car next month. It comes standard with AC Charging Plus, which means if you get the BMW wall box for home charging, you can charge at 15.4 kilowatts just by plugging it straight in. If you opt for the BMW Wallbox Professional, that will enable 19.2 kilowatts DC. And that AC Charging Plus also enables bi-directional charging for the first time. So the HV battery pack in your iX3 can be an energy source to power other things. So it can be vehicle to home, it can be vehicle to load, it can be vehicle to grid. That's the standard equipment. Okay. While we are talking about kind of the nuts and bolts, greasy bits, one other thing that is introduced on this vehicle that is a hallmark of this design and will be a hallmark of BMW's going forward is a new electrical architecture. Try to put this into some sort of context. So most vehicles in this building right now have dozens and dozens of control modules. They're all responsible for one function or a series of functions or another. So, and they are networked with sometimes miles